started on one ordinary day. I guess it wasn't an ordinary day. It was my birthday, and my son wanted to make it extra special with the surprise of my life. We drove for about an hour, he with his eyes on the road and myself blindfolded. It seemed like forever as we drove through the windy roads, not knowing where I was going. I finally could not take it anymore. I had to ask, "Cedar, where are you taking me?" He answered back, "Don't worry, Mom. You'll be really surprised." We kept on driving through the twisted roads. The car came to a stop and he told me to wait. I could hear his car door shut and mine open. "I'll hold your hand and you step out," he said. "Where am I going?" I said with nervousness in my voice as my son led me by the hand. "I will show you, trust me," he said calmly. We walked and walked. It always feels like time stands still when you're blindfolded. "Look, we are here," he said excitedly as he untied my blindfold. To my utter surprise, we were at a marina. "We are going boating," I exclaimed. "No, even better, Mom. Remember last year on our hike, you said you wanted to soar over the lake like an eagle? Well, I made it for you. I got it right here. Parasailing," he said with exhilaration. I remembered and regretted my comment from last year's hike. "Come on, it'll be fun," he said as he grabbed my hand and I unwillingly dragged behind. We signed the papers that released the company from all liability if we should die, which did not bring me any emotional comfort. I tried to hide my fears that rose in my being and began to strangle me like a coiled snake. We sat on a bench waiting our turn. Cedar talked, but his voice was distant. My thoughts raced. He must have paid a lot of money for this. He is trying to honor me as a mom. "You have to be grateful," I said to myself. Oh, dear God, help me remember all the verses in the Bible about fear. It was time to go. We walked on the dock. The butterflies in my stomach turned to ravenous wolves. The first step in the swaying boat heightened my fears and reluctance to parasailing. What am I doing, I thought, and before I knew it, we were on our way, speeding across Lake Tahoe's blue flat water. As I saw the parasail unfurl into the windy blue sky, my fears began to take over. "That's really high, and look, the wind is blowing pretty strong," I said to Cedar. "Mom, there is a slight breeze, and you are really going to love this, I promise," he patiently tried to reassure me. "I don't know about this, Cedar," I replied. The reassuring hug did not calm my racing heart. A cold sweat on this warm, sunny day broke out on my forehead as they strapped me into the harness. Panic set into my eyes. "Just think, Mom, if we die, it will be a beautiful view on our way to heaven," Cedar said, trying to lighten up the tension. "How is that supposed to help?" I exclaimed. The other parasailers completed their ride and were coming in for a landing. What will it really feel like to be lifted by the parachute? I thought. It was our turn. Cedar was hooked to the harness first, and then it was my turn. We were told to sit on the boat with our legs straight. The captain released the cable, and the breeze filled the parachute, taking us higher and higher. "Breathe, breathe," was all I could tell myself. I looked at Cedar, and he was smiling and shouting for joy. I smiled at him. This wasn't so bad, I said to myself. Just then, a breeze rocked the harness. I squeezed my eyes shut. Our destination was 400 feet from the lake's surface. I tried to relax, but I couldn't. But then the beauty of the lake and mountains overtook my fright. The landmarks of Lake Tahoe captured my attention. There was the deep blue water under my feet. Zephyr Cove, where I had attended women's retreats and had spent quiet time in prayer right on the pier below me. Mountains surrounded us, cradling this vast lake. Cedar had given me a gift of a lifetime, to soar like an eagle over the lake. The captain brought us down and we dipped our toes into the snow-melted, chilled lake. We ascended one more time before the captain reeled us in. Now all I could do was smile. I hugged the boat attendant in relief. I hugged and kissed Cedar and thanked him for his amazing birthday gift that he had given me. The captain and the attendant took in the parachute, and we were on our way back to the dock with smiles, hugs, and relieved laughter. Sometimes we have dreams of soaring over a lake like an eagle. Sometimes God puts people in our life to make that dream happen. I am very grateful that He does. I think I learned that my part in God's dream for me is to not let my fears stop them from coming true.